Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here. It was lovely to hear from Dr. Rabb about the power of Hunter College. My husband is from New York City and went to Queens College, and Hunter College is where his three aunts went, who all became teachers and taught in the public schools in New York City for years. And that degree, that opportunity that Hunter College created was an enormous lever of change for his family. And I can see that Hunter continues in that same vein. It's exciting to be here with three of my very favorite people on the planet. Folks who are thinking, doing, challenging us all to think about people and place in ways that are designed to allow everyone to live their fullest life under all those dimensions. My name is Carol Naughton. I'm the president of Purpose Built Communities. We are a national nonprofit that helps local leaders improve neighborhoods with a very specific framework with the goal of moving the needle on economic mobility, better health outcomes, and racial equity. We have a very specific way of attacking these challenges that have been created by the clear malintended public policies of our federal, state, and local governments and private actors over the years. If we don't acknowledge those malintended racist policies that were designed to make life harder for black and brown people, we can't figure out how to move forward together. And so we've been working hard across the country for the last 10 years with great local leaders to really figure out how we unwind the impact of those policies to be able to create new places, improve existing places so that everyone can reach their full potential. Our approach is really about the neighborhood. We think about neighborhood as being the way people experience their cities. You know, you think about cities delivering their services in silos, parks and rec, housing, safety, sanitation, all delivered in silos, but people experience their city through a horizontal section of those silos called a neighborhood. And frankly, if a neighborhood's not working for people, the city's not working for people. And if you have a city made up of healthy neighborhoods, you have a city that's working for everybody. So we think as part of a healthy neighborhood, we want to encourage great, healthy, inclusive spaces that create the opportunity for that serendipity of life to take place, where people can be proximate to one another, where we can experience and learn joyful experiences, where we can meet maybe somebody who's going to be a really important person in our life who we would not have met otherwise. You know, Brian Stevenson talks about the things that those of us who think of ourselves in the social justice world, things that we need to do. And the first thing that he says is we need to be proximate. We need to be proximate to the people we care about, the issues that we care about. We need to change the narrative on racial difference. We need to be hopeful in this work because this work is really hard. And if you suck, hopelessness is the enemy of progress because we need that hopefulness to carry us on. And then the last thing he says is that we need to do the inconvenient and uncomfortable. And all of those things, I think, are relevant when we think about building healthy neighborhoods that include wonderful public spaces that create opportunities for all these great things to happen. On the Project for Public Space website, there was a quote from a man, and I'm going to butcher it, but it really moved me. It said, "Serendipity doesn't happen by accident," right? And how true is that? I mean, that could be the theme for the day. Serendipity doesn't happen by accident. So we want to be intentional about creating the opportunity for serendipity. So I want to introduce this panel. Sitting to my right, my right, is Shirley Franklin. Many of you know Shirley as the former mayor of Atlanta, the two-term mayor who is on every magazine cover in America as being one of the very best mayors in Atlanta. But what you may not know about Shirley is that she had a deep role in helping to build lots of great public spaces in Atlanta over her years, both working for Maynard Jackson and for Andy Young, and then certainly in her role as mayor. She is also my boss. She is the executive board chair of Purpose Built Communities. Sitting next to Shirley is Othello Meadows, my partner in crime in Omaha, Nebraska. Othello leads an organization called 75 North, which is really an engine for community change in the north part of Omaha. And he'll talk to you about his work, and I hope really dive deep into some of the most amazing public space that you will ever see, that is grounded in community, grounded in housing, grounded in education, and creates new opportunities that did not exist in North Omaha. And at the end of our table, or our panel rather, is David Erickson, who's a senior vice president with the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, one of my mentors on all things community development, on education. David said something to me a long time ago that I have taken into our work. I was asking David about his academic background, and he's got a PhD in history. He's a smart guy, a smart cookie. And I asked him what his area of expertise was, and he said, "I'm an Americanist." And I went, ooh, I like that. But I'd never heard that before. And he said, well, that's how those of us in academia think about our specialties. And I said, man, then I am a neighborhoodist. And so we, I think, have embraced that term at Purpose Built. We are neighborhoodists. We are looking to build neighborhoods that support everybody. So as we start this conversation, I want to turn the microphone over to Shirley to spend a few minutes talking about her experience in building healthy, inclusive public places, how that's evolved over time, because it has. And so we'll start there, then we'll hear from Ocello and then David, and then we'll take some questions that are designed really to spur conversation amongst this group and amongst you. So thanks. Shirley.